The younger brother was carrying 100-pound bags of cement at a construction site, while the older brother managed a $100 billion fortune. One day, the secretary rushed into the office, informing the chairman that they had found his long-lost brother. To test his brother's character, the chairman disguised himself as a construction worker to reunite with him, claiming he would rely on his brother to support him from now on. The younger brother immediately looked flustered and walked away. Seeing this, the chairman felt disheartened, thinking his brother had become shallow and materialistic. Soon, the younger brother returned with an old hen in hand, intending to arrange a job for his older brother at the construction site. He assured him that as long as he had food, he wouldn't let his older brother go hungry. At the factory, the younger brother handed the basket to the foreman. Seeing the hen weighed 6 pounds, the foreman was pleased, and threw him a job card, assigning the older brother to a light job unloading bricks. Grateful, the younger brother thanked the foreman and took his brother away. But when the chairman looked back, he discovered there was a stack of cash under the hen. This revelation infuriated the chairman, who angrily scolded the foreman for taking bribes. He then realized why no interviews or medical checks were required for the job. Positions at the factory were being sold. The foreman, offended, told the younger brother to take the hen back, and never expect to find work there again. Little did he know, the factory was actually a subsidiary of the chairman's company. The younger brother quickly apologized to the foreman, explaining that his older brother had just returned from out of town and didn't understand the rules. He offered the basket again, but the foreman refused to accept it, instead telling them to leave with their things. At that moment, the manager arrived, drawn by the commotion. The younger brother ran over, bowing and pleading with the manager for help. The manager, however, was even greedier. He stated that arranging a job used to cost 1 hen, but now it required 2 hens. Though the manager said it casually, 2 hens meant over $10,000, an entire year's wages for a farmer. To secure his older brother's job, the younger brother asked the manager to pay the owed 6 months of wages, which, along with the hen, would serve as his brother's entry fee. Hearing that the factory hadn't paid wages for 6 months, the chairman was enraged. He secretly messaged his assistant, instructing them to send an investigation team immediately. Meanwhile, a worker suddenly knelt before the manager, begging for his overdue wages to save his ailing mother. The manager gave a subtle signal, prompting the foreman to beat and threaten the worker. Pretending to be sympathetic, the manager helped the worker up, scolding the foreman for his behavior. He then claimed the group hadn't funded the factory, so they couldn't pay the workers yet. He promised to settle the wages once funding arrived, asking if anyone else wanted to demand payment. The workers, terrified, all shook their heads. The chairman, unable to tolerate this any longer, publicly accused the manager of wearing luxury brands, and questioned whether he had embezzled workers' wages. The younger brother tried to calm him down, urging him to stop. The chairman's accusations infuriated the manager, who signaled the foreman to beat him. Even when the younger brother knelt, begging for mercy, the manager refused to relent. Just then, a call came from the group, announcing an inspection of the factory. The manager locked the brothers in a room, assigning subordinates to guard them, to prevent disruption during the inspection. Soon, the chairman's assistant arrived with a team. She requested to see the new hires, but the manager, fearing exposure, lied that there were no new employees. Pressed for answers, he finally admitted someone had applied for a job that day, but claimed the applicant had left after being rejected. The assistant grew suspicious, recalling the chairman's earlier message, and sensed something was amiss at the factory.